They redefine the word extreme by going up it, down it, and over it. Their dream, conquer the earth. Today, we go with them.
In this sort of racing, you can never, ever give up. You just never know what's going to happen around the corner.
We're constantly bouncing around. It's the most violent.
It's a mountain that's claimed a lot of lives over the years, and it's going to claim more. These rescuers, they're not just the guy that, might be a lawyer or a doctor or a firefighter or, a PJ. They're athletes. And most people don't look at that from that perspective. They think, oh, well, these guys just come out. You got to be in tip-top shape to be able to do a lot of this stuff. And that's pretty remarkable. I volunteer to partake in this extremely hazardous duty in order to save others.
We're all volunteer, and we're always on call.
Roger, current survivor location is north 45 degrees, 26 minutes.
We sort of, in mountain rescue, danger and excitement and adrenaline kind of all get intermixed in our brains. And I think most of us who are seasoned rescuers have the ability to separate or have the ability to recognize that we're having that emotion and that we need to put our adrenaline in check a little bit and we need to use the danger to sort of our advantage.
Mountain rescue is a way different animal. I mean, you're generally putting yourself in a situation that most people don't want to be in, or, quite frankly, they were in there because they were doing something that wasn't very smart.
And I would just always like to know that if something happened to me, that somebody else would come after me to help me out if it was necessary. And that's why I'm always happy to go out if somebody else is in trouble to do the same for them.
There we are talking about things going wrong. Hang on, fellas. Oh, my goodness.
And so we always have to be careful, whether it's an avalanche or a crevasse, a snow bridge that collapsed, that we don't run into the same kind of problems ourselves. We have to be on guard for whatever happened and be careful. At the time, you really go into autopilot because of all the training we've done, and you click into gear and you do what needs to be done.
I think one of the toughest mountain parts is just the unknown.
Being with somebody who's hurt and being with them in a way so that you're not letting them know that they're really messed up is a hard thing to do. Trying to keep yourself together while trying to keep them together, that's difficult.
I'd say the toughest mental aspect of what we do is emotionally detaching yourself from the problems that the victim or the patient has. The toughest physical part of the rescues is the combination of the long hours and long miles sometimes of carrying a lot of heavy gear.
It just all wears on you.
Well, the first rule of rescue operations is not to put ourselves in danger and not to create more victims or more patients by having one of us be injured.
We have a mantra in mountain rescue where we say protection of the rescuer first.
I wouldn't say we'd ever put ourselves in a situation that we didn't feel was safe. If it wasn't safe, then we're not going to go there, or we're going to figure out another way to get it done.
Technology has made it so much easier to do the job that we do. We can find them quicker, we can communicate better with other rescuers, with other agencies, we can get them down the hill quicker. I mean, everything just works so much better because we have such better gear than they had even 10 years ago.
We use GPS to get from one location to another. Radio direction finder, so if somebody keys a mic on a radio, we can home in on that signal and go straight towards it, sort of like a homing beacon. I like going on rescues, but if I could keep somebody from putting themselves in a situation where I'd have to go on a rescue, then I've done my job. And I think that's a message that needs to be told. Just be prepared. Always be prepared. Half the time I see people going out and they don't even have a backpack with water in it. It's not a matter of knowledge. It's a matter of common sense. And common sense is not something you can teach people. It's something they have to develop on their own. But having enough common sense to know that they don't know enough is the best place to start from. these things we do that others may live. It's a pretty powerful thing to say.